in your younger years. You want to share some of that with us?
All right. My first trip, First trip was up Colonel Bob in about 1942 or 3. And rationing was on. The people at the lookout had nothing to do other than keep track of the fire, and she liked to pick berries. And they both had sugar rations. And so when we got to the lookout, they were very welcoming because not many people got up there. And we had a quarter of a blueberry pie, which was completely lovely. Then later, at Washington State, I got in with some guys that were skiers. And so we skied at the St. Joe Ski Bowl in Idaho. And at the end of ski season, 3 of us decided, just because the snow's gone doesn't mean we shouldn't be out doing things. And so we reformed the ski group into an outing group, and we climbed in the Seven Devils in Idaho, and we climbed here and there around. Mm-hmm. Our practice climbs were down on the Snake Granite Point, where there was some real rock and not just basalt or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And for graduation, Bob, Bernie, Don Wilkes, and I climbed the Sentinels of the Columbia.
Okay. I understand that you were on Little Tahoma at one point. Do you want to share any of what you observed up there?
Well, usually I've been up Little Tahoma a number of times. It's a nice low-tech climb.
Yeah.
And all my first trips up there, when you get out of the timber just below Summerland, there's a snowfield. And you just walk out onto that snowfield and up the Snowfinger to the Frying Pan Glacier, or up the glacier to, I can't remember the, anyway, there's a 9,200 foot gap between the Whitman Glacier and the Frying Pan Glacier. Go through that, and then just around the corner and up the snow, and there's Little Tahoma. The last time I did that was when I was about 70, with my buddy Bob Burney, who we'd been climbing together with since outing club days.
Wow.
And we got up to the place where we got out of the timber at just below Summerland, and there was no snow. And you look up, and what had been the Snowfinger was broken rock. And across the middle of it had grown a patch of this, alpine fir and mountain hemlock. And I thought, Bob, I don't think we should do that. I think it's going to take us an hour and a half or 2 hours to get through that little patch of timber, much less trying to do that rock. And so we went up to it was a Monday, after a holiday weekend, and so there's nobody around but us. You have any place, any campsite at Summerland that you wanted. If you wanted the shelter, you could go into no, this is way too low. And so we ended up going up toward the southeast, up toward, I forget the name, basically out to the last cirque on the Frying Pan Glacier, and stuck our nose up there, and here are the I forget what the name is. And anyway, we were behind the third bulge in the glacier, far enough down so that there was no evidence of any rock fall off of the face.
Okay.
And basically, it's, we spent 2 nights there on that glacier. On the day between, we climbed. We didn't get the summit. We got around and to where we could see the face behind the moat at the top of the snowfield.
Mm-hmm.
And we figured, oh, no. We want to sleep on our bed tonight. There's not enough of us to get up there, back to our tent before dark.
Okay.
But it was lovely. I mean, that was our last main trip together, Bob and I, and it was a good trip.
Great. I understand up until just recently, you've been involved with our Vaughan library project. Do you want to share any of your experiences with that and helping out with that?
Well, it's been interesting, but my other stuff, I like working with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing the old stuff, but between all my other things, I just don't have time to do it.
Sure.
I was with key singers.
Mm-hmm.
And on their Christmas concert last year, being at the back row, I was hurrying down to the bottom to help some. It's a geriatric choir.
Okay.
I was hurrying down to the bottom to help some of the ladies down, and I put my foot down on the riser between the what do you call them? What we stand on? I forget what
Riser?
No. Well, I mean, they had 2 boxes and then 2 more boxes behind them. And I forget the term.
Okay.
Anyway, and it was a narrow tread, and I put my foot down and it tipped me off.
Oh.
And so I whacked my left knee on the rug, which was supported by about 6 inches of solid concrete.
Oh.
As a result, my left knee has not been helping very much.
Oh boy.
And so
you're on injured reserve.
Right, I'm on reserve. Right.
Now let's see. Are you on the publication board for the Key Peninsula?
I resigned 2 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Can you share some of the experiences while you're serving on the board? Or the changes you've seen?
Not a lot of interesting stories. Well, yeah, I mean, we first, she and I were on the paper when Rodico came and it was reorganized, and we've had quite a few editors since then, and some were good and some were not quite as good, and I was there to support Colleen, but I was also there to support the community.
Sure.
It's a good paper.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been going on since about, what, in the 70s?
Well, I mean, there was a hiatus.
The first edition,
Yeah.
and the recent one started, I think it was 2003 when Rodico was hired.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to add, Frank?
Well, right now, is sort of an interesting place in history. And I would like to say that I support our Constitution. I signed on for 10 years with the reserves, swore to follow the orders that it took to support and defend the Constitution and, well, the flag and the country for which it stands.
Good. Anything else?
I think that's good enough.
Sure, that's good. You bet. Can't beat that.
I think that's, I mean, I would like it to be there for my kids and their kids and their kids.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything?
As it's written now.
Okay. Anything else before we end this interview?
I don't think so.
Okay, very good. Thanks a lot, Frank.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.